Hello and welcome to Treasury Notes, a financial education program from the West Virginia State Treasurer's Office. I'm your host, Gina Joins. Along with the daily banking functions, the State Treasurer's Office, John Purdue is also responsible for overseeing several public programs that serve the people of West Virginia. Programs like the SMART5.29 Education Savings Plan. The Treasurer created the program so people in West Virginia can save for their educational goals. But for children who spend the early years of their life in foster care, higher education is often a dream that sometimes seems impossible. Statistics about the low college graduation rates for foster children prompted the Treasurer to work with a local nonprofit group to try to make those college dreams a little more attainable. The SMART5.29K Run-Walk is a fundraiser to help children adopted from foster care in West Virginia save for their future education. This year will be the fourth annual SMART5.29K Run-Walk on May 19th. And joining me today to talk more about this event and the children who will benefit from it is Rachel Kinder. She is the Director of Frameworks and Mission West Virginia. Also joining us today is Terry Dunford, whose son Tanner is a former recipient of the SMART529 Smart Start Award. Rachel and Terry, thank you both for joining us here today. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right, well, Rachel, let's just get right into it. Let's talk a little bit about your program, Frameworks, and Mission West Virginia. We have been a partner, the State Treasurer's Office has been a partner with your office for this 5.29K event since it began 4 years ago. Can you just start by giving us a quick overview of what Mission West Virginia is and what the Frameworks program does?
Sure. Mission West Virginia is a nonprofit. We're located in Putnam County and we have been around for 20 years now. Our two main programs are the Think program, which is teen health oriented, and then the Frameworks program, which I direct, is foster care and adoption. So with Frameworks, we recruit families across the state to be foster and adoptive parents. We recruit families for specific waiting children who are adoption eligible, and we work with relative and kinship care providers.
And you work with many of the other agencies out there that help recruit foster families and deal with adoption here in the state.
Right. There are 11 private foster care adoption agencies, and we help by recruiting families and then directing them to those agencies so that they can be certified as foster adoptive parents.
All right, we're going to talk a lot more about this, Rachel. Thanks for being here. And Terry, I want to just get your perspective of being here for a quick minute. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started on this journey, first as a foster parent and now as an adoptive parent as well?
Well, you know, like most married couples, me and my wife always dreamed of starting a family. And at the age of 27, she was diagnosed with cancer. So we couldn't have biological children. And we knew that in West Virginia, there was such a high demand for foster care and adoptive. So we reached out to Children's Home Society. They put us in contact with Carolyn Thomas, who came out and talked to us. She did our home study. We took our pride classes, and then we got our first set of foster kids. Then we got a second set, and then that's when we got Tanner. And it's been, it's very rewarding knowing that you're helping those children.
Yeah, it seems like it's just such a rewarding experience, and there is a need. You touched on that. There is such a need. Rachel, can you talk about the need in the state for foster parents especially, and of course adoptive parents?
Right. The need is just ever growing. We are currently over 6,500 kids in foster care, which is the largest number I've ever seen. For those kids, there are less than 1,400 foster homes, not counting kids who are lucky enough to be placed with relatives. There are just about 1,350 general foster adoptive homes for those 6,500 kids in care, and that number is just rising every month.
And so the reason we're here talking today is because the 529 College Savings Program that's administered through the State Treasurer's Office is now offering this 5.29K Run-Walk. It'll be held May 19th in Charleston, right at Appalachian Power Park, and then it will go through the east end of Charleston. And this event is designed to raise money for children who have been adopted out of foster care right here in West Virginia to invest money in 529 college education savings plans for them so that they have a chance to go to college. And that is a huge thing for this population of people here in the state, because Rachel, it is my understanding that national statistics show only about 3% of children who grow up in foster care can go on to obtain a college degree. And that is just such a low statistic, and I know Treasurer Perdue has talked about that statistic before as being one of the reasons why he thought this opportunity was a good thing for the 529 program to sponsor. Why do you think that's such a low percentage, and what else can we do to help change that number?
Children who are in foster care have experienced trauma. They are actually 2 times more likely to get diagnosed with PTSD than returning war veterans. So these are kids who have experienced trauma and who unfortunately move frequently. Nationally, the average time they move foster homes is 3 times. Every time they move to a new home, they lose 6 months of academic performance. These are kids that are 4 times more likely to be in special education, and these are kids that are 2 times more likely to repeat a grade. So these are kids that, due to trauma and just being in the foster care system, are academically disadvantaged, and it just makes it less likely that they're going to go on and get that college degree.
Yeah.
So a program like this that helps adoptive families save money towards the kids' college is a big help, encouraging those kids to seek higher education.
And so, Terry, your family was one of the recipients of the Smart Start Award, which is a direct result from the funds that are raised through the 5.29K race. We're talking about foster children going to college, and I know you have a background in education as well. Do you think the age of the child as they're being adopted really affects their chances of going on to college and getting that further education? Because I know your son is fairly young and was young when you adopted him, but for other foster children, that's not always the case.
Correct, and I think, it does play a huge role. Luckily, we got him at that young age, so, we make sure he's meeting his developmental milestones, and that's the building block of higher education. Because if kids start struggling meeting those developmental milestones is when they start struggling in school. So when you get a child who's been, in the product of their environment, maybe, let's say 6 or 7 years old, they miss the most important part of their learning, which is birth to 5, is what studies show. So I think we're fortunate enough to get him at that young age and work with him. He's been with birth to 3, and we did research on, local child care centers, because I wanted him in one who had a curriculum based. And luckily we got him into Fort Hill, which is amazing because, they work with them even at a young age with curriculum-based learning. And as long as you're working with a kid and you've got them and you're nurturing them, I think you're great. But when you got those kids who've missed out on that opportunity, that's where you start seeing their struggles in school, because they miss those developmental milestones. And like I said, that's the building block of higher education.
Yeah, and I think your family's not alone, that you look for ways, if you want to have children, there are plenty of ways to adopt out there. Why did you specifically decide that foster care was the right choice for your family to go that avenue?
Well, like I said, my wife had cancer, so there was no other alternative for us, and we wanted a family, and we knew that need was great here in West Virginia. And we could have went overseas and done that, but there's such a need here at home, and these kids need love and attention, and that's why we chose to do the foster care.
And wow, there is a need here at home, Rachel. That's really the next point I wanted to talk with you about, is the fact that there is a high number of children here in West Virginia who are in foster care, and they need foster families. Explain to us how people can get more information about being a foster family and why the need is so great here in our state. I mean, you gave some startling statistics earlier.
The opioid epidemic has really affected, that's what's causing the rising number of kids in care. So we are doing everything we can to get the word out there that there's a foster care crisis. Families are needed in every county. And the unique role that my agency plays is that people can call us. Our number is 866-CALL-MWV, and they can speak to myself or my coworkers, and we can guide them through the process. We can give them information, guides, and then county-specific listings to say, these are the foster adoption agencies that are in your county, and here's a specific contact for each one. And then we try to kind of be a friend to them while they're in the process. So checking in with them regularly, making sure they connected with an agency, answering questions as they arise, all of that can be helpful.
And so we're talking about the 5.29K Run-Walk. It's the SMART529 College Savings Plan is sponsoring that, but really this is a deeper issue. It's not just about sending kids to college, it's about the overall experience of making sure children at a young age have a holistic experience and grow up in a safe environment. And so I thank you both so much for being here today to talk about about this issue with us of foster care and adoption in our state, and we're going to talk a lot more about that in just a few minutes. But right now, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll learn more about the upcoming SMART 5.29K race, how you can register, and how you can help even if you can't make it through a 5K. Don't worry, there's a lot of opportunities for walkers and volunteers as well. We'll get into that in just a bit. Stay with us.
Babies are expensive. Formula, diapers, daycare. That's just the first year. Oh, wish you could start saving for college now? The Piggy Bank Fairy is granting wishes of college savings to new parents by contributing $100 when you open a Smart 529 account.
Enroll in West Virginia's Smart 529 Bright Babies program before your grandchild's first birthday or Gotcha Day, and Smart 529 will contribute $100 into your Smart 529 college savings account.
Wishes do come true. Register in the first year, so when they sit up, it's time to sign up.
To learn about Smart 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement available from SMART529.com. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan.
Welcome back to Treasury Notes. I'm your host, Gina Joins. Today I'm talking with Rachel Kinder, the Director of Frameworks, a Mission West Virginia program. Also on the show today is Terry Dunford, a foster parent, an adoptive parent, and an advocate for foster families right here in West Virginia. We're talking about the SMART 5.29K Run-Walk, an event sponsored by the Treasurer's Office to raise money to establish college savings plans for children adopted from foster care in West Virginia. Again, thank you both for being with us today. This is a great opportunity to educate people about foster care in the state, adoption in the state, and the SMART 529 College Savings Program. And I think we're very excited to, once again, for the fourth year in a row, be able to bring people the SMART 5.29K Run-Walk. It's a really great event that we do here in Charleston at Appalachian Power Park. This year it's on May 19th. And you can learn more about the event. There's the graphic by going to our website, wvtreasury.com. As soon as you get there on the website, just click on the link for the race and it will take you to the registration and give you more information. I want to point out that the race is indeed a 5.29K, which means it is just a little bit more than a 5K. So for runners, it's really a unique event. We also have a lot of walkers. People are asking me all the time, well, I'm not a runner, can I walk? We encourage it. Rachel, you've been to the races before. Tell me about your experience and what it's been like for you. I know Mission West Virginia has been a partner since inception, and it's something that's really turned into a family event.
It has. It's a really fun event because you have racers who want to run that unique distance, but you also have foster and adoptive families and others who want to support the cause. This year we have added some races for kids. I know I'm bringing my 2- and 3-year-old to run the kids race that happens before the 5.29K. And we're going to have some entertainment and some other fun activities for families that are there.
Right. So I want to point out a couple new things this year. There is the fun run for children under the age of 12. That'll happen just right before the race starts, and you can register online for that. Also, children 17 and under can register for the main race. All they have to do is go online, again, wvtreasury.com, and register for free. So it's a great opportunity to really make it a family event because children 17 and under can race for free, and then the parents can go ahead. And the cost of the race right now is just $30. It will be $35 the morning of the race, but almost the entire fee goes toward the cause, which is really great. Terry, you and your family will be at the race this year to speak about your experience as a foster parent, as an adoptive parent now, and as someone who benefited from the money that this race raises, which goes into 529 accounts for children who've been adopted out of the foster care community. So really this is a great opportunity for you to share your story, and you're going to be at the race this year to talk about it. What are you looking forward to most when it comes to that event?
I think mostly is to share the story, from the beginning to, we got Tanner and meeting more foster parents to build that network because, we're each other's advocate. We're there to help and support each other. So meeting new faces and sharing stories. Absolutely. And your story is one of so many in the state of West Virginia.
you're a family who decided that foster care was right for you, and you ended up fostering a child and were able to adopt. And just anything else you'd like to share about your particular story to encourage others to go that same route?
I mean, there's a real need for it. So, reach out to, Mission West Virginia, and they can point you in the right direction. But there's kids out there that needs love, and they need a loving home. And, like me and my wife, who wanted a family, couldn't have a family of our own, this is a perfect opportunity for someone to get a child and to love them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, many people are interested in this cause, and they may not be able to participate in the race, or they may not be able to actually run the race themselves. So there are different opportunities for people to get involved who can't actually run the 5.29K. Rachel, can you talk a little bit about the other opportunities available?
Yeah, there are donations that they can make on the website if they are not a racer or not someone who's able to be there the day of the race. They can also contact us for information about foster care adoption if this is something that they think is right for their family.
Right, absolutely. And another thing, as we said, walkers and runners both can register. It's a great family event. Again, I just want to reiterate, $30 to register for the race for adults. And if you have a child 17 or under, they can register for the race for free, but we do encourage them to register. They do need to be registered. And almost the entire race fee goes directly toward the cause, which is really great. There's just a $3 race fee that goes for some of the fees that they needed to take out, but absolutely almost the entire amount of money goes into the scholarships.
Right.
So that's really a cool part of this race, because the money that you put forth to register yourself for the race, is going, almost all of it is going directly into the accounts of these children once the selection process happens.
Right, we raise the money in May, and then in the fall, almost all of that money is awarded back out to scholarship savings plans for the kids.
And that's the Smart Start Award, and Mission West Virginia does a selection process for that.
We do.
And we've been able to give away quite a few scholarships, 529 scholarships for those children as well.
That's right, we have been.
Of course, there is a pre-race event, and there's a packet pickup. I want to talk a little bit about that. So the race is May 19th. Again, the Smart 5.29K on May 19th. Registration's at 8 a.m. The race kicks off at 9. But the day before, on Friday, the 18th, we are going to have a packet pickup. That's at Capitol Market this year, and there's an ice cream social, and it's a fun event as well. It's from 4 to 6 p.m. Rachel, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I always really enjoy the packet pickup because, like you said, there's free ice cream. The agencies that are involved in this race, we will have tables there so you can stop by and learn more about our agencies and foster care and adoption, and just kind of get excited for the event the next day.
And Terry, I know Tanner's pretty young, but I'm sure he'll be out there at the event on Saturday, and probably in a stroller.
Yeah, I mean, he's a ball of energy. He walks some, so he'll be out there walking a little bit, but most of the time, yeah, he's going to be in the stroller, but I'm sure he's going to have an amazing time.
And hopefully, I know there's going to be activities for the kids, so I'm sure there will be something for every age of kid. Again, I want to point out that it is a family-friendly event and something that everyone can participate in. Rachel, switching gears a little bit, Mission West Virginia is one of several organizations working with foster families, as we said earlier this year. Several others have joined to help this cause of funding the future for children in West Virginia. Tell us a little bit about some of the partner organizations and what their role is going to be and who they are.
Right, we have 4 of the local foster care and adoption agencies that have partnered with us. That's Children's Home Society, Braley and Thompson, NECO, and KVC. And they will be at the packet pickup and the race with information and just assisting with the event, and also inviting all of their foster and adoptive families to join us for the event. So we hope to see lots of families and kids out there that day.
So the packet pickup that Friday, May 18th, is actually a good opportunity for people to get more information on foster care and adoption in the state.
It is, and it's so easy just to stop by the Capitol Market and find us there, and there should be lots of people available to talk to you and give information.
And I know we talked about this earlier, but the Smart 5.29K Run-Walk was created to raise this money to put into 529 college savings accounts, and to date it has raised enough to award more than $37,000 in college savings plans. Terry, I'm going to just kind of throw that to you as a parent. That's really huge to be able to say that all these children are getting money invested in their future, invested in 529 College Savings Plan to help them have a little bit when they start college or start some type of schooling after high school.
It truly is. It's amazing, just to think all of these donations, and it's about people's hard work that everybody has partnered together to help raise these kids, to invest in their future.
And as we said earlier, your son Tanner was a recipient of the SMART529 Smart Start Award. Tell us a little bit about the application process. And after the race is over, there will be an application process for families who want to benefit from the money that was raised. Tell us about that application process and how that worked for you.
Well, I had a friend reach out to me, and she sent me the link. And I got on and read, and we downloaded the packet to, fill out. And you write an essay. And, we did some research, and that's when we found the statistics about children in adoption and, how low likely they are to go to college. And that's when it reached out to us, this is a great start for him. Because as he's grown up, we can say, this is your future. We're investing in it. So it's truly an amazing program.
It's a great message for the
Yes.
child as well. Absolutely. And the award banquet is a really nice time as well. I'm sure you had a great time last year. It was held in November. It was at the Clay Center, and a fun time for the family as well.
It was when you go into to register, everything was so organized, and they had the guest speakers there, that they even talked about the importance of higher education, and they had Build-A-Bear there for the kids, and then the kids could go to my town and play. And even Tanner was 10 months old. He was giggling, crawling on the floor. There was things for him to do. They made sure there was things for everybody to do, no matter of the age of the child.
And this is something available to foster families around the state. I know the race is actually here in Charleston, but we don't want to exclude people in other parts of the state. Any family who's had a foster child who they've then adopted can participate in the application process, right, Rachel?
That's correct. Yeah, they just need to have adopted a child from foster care in West Virginia to qualify, and that child needs to be age 12 or under at the time of application. The thing is, not every child is adopted as an infant or toddler, so if you adopt a 7, 8, 9-year-old, you have missed all that time for college savings. So this is a great chance for families to catch up and get that started.
That's another really important point, I think, to make, is the fact that a lot of these families, they did miss out on starting early to save if that is something they would have chosen to do for their child. They didn't have that opportunity. So this is a little way of catching up.
It is, and a lot of foster families adopt sibling groups or more than one child at a time, so they really can benefit from some extra help there.
And you've been at the event as well in November at the Clay Center where they do the award ceremony. It really is a great event.
I love that event. I look forward to it every year. The kids get to come up and receive their award from Treasurer Purdue and get their picture taken. And of course there's the ice cream bar that's always popular, and then Build-A-Bear and the activities at the Clay Center. We have had the Clay Center put together activities with animals there before, and then the My Town exhibit, and just always something fun for the kids to do every year.
So I want to point out, I said earlier that $37,000 went into SMART529 accounts over the past 4 years for this cause. It's helped make the difference in the lives of 31 children through the Smart Start Award process. Of course, the money raised, the more money that's raised, the more children that will be helped. And let's talk about the fact that businesses can also help out as well. Rachel, can you tell me a little bit about how businesses can get involved in this venture?
Yeah, if you have a business that would like to contribute to this cause, they can be a sponsor for the event, and there are different levels that they can sponsor. And then we try to, share their information and appreciate them for contributing.
And anyone who wants to sponsor can call that number or go to wbtreasury.com for more information, of course. And let's talk a little bit about finally how people can become foster parents and adoptive parents here in the state. I just want to take a few more minutes to touch on that factor, because that's really what this is all about. It's not just about sending giving these kids an opportunity from the very start to have a loving family and then eventually grow into a well-educated adult that is able to be a productive member of society.
Right. Like we said, with over 6,500 kids in care, there is just need everywhere in the state. The process, can seem overwhelming to people, but that's what my agency is here for, to talk them through the process. It's something that most families can do if they just make up their minds that it's time to do it, and we can provide them with information. They can fill out a form on our website, which is missionwv.org, or they can call us at 866-CALL-MWV, and we try to really give a personal touch and help them with whatever their specific needs are during the process.
Absolutely. And again, we're here talking about the SMART 5.29K Run-Walk. It will be held this year, May 19th at Appalachian Power Park. Register today. We're encouraging people to go online, wvtreasury.com. All the information you need is there. You can go online and register. We're encouraging people to register early. 17 and under, they can register for free, but they do have to register. Adults register for $30. Terry, just any final thoughts about your experience with this whole program and the fact that it is important for people to participate in something like this?
It's truly an amazing program. And like you said, if someone can't run, walk, and they want to donate, just go to the website and donate, because it's truly making a difference in these kids' lives. You're setting them up for future success. So I encourage anybody to just reach out there, donate. And like I said, there's a great need for foster families in West Virginia. So if your home's available, sit down, talk it over, reach out to, Frameworks, Children's Home Society, reach out to someone, because there's such a need for foster families.
And we were talking about earlier that sometimes people are scared of the foster care process because it is an emotionally hard thing sometimes on the family that puts themselves out there. But it's worth it.
It is totally worth it.
And so I guess that's what I want to ask you is, why is it worth it? Explain to us why it's worth it, because I know you've gone through it and it's made your life better.
I can give an example. Like the first foster children we had, they were reunited with their mother. And that's what this program, it's sometimes you get to see that success, like they go back home where they're supposed to. And then with Tanner, we got a son that we may have never got. So, that is truly, it's amazing. I go home every night and he just brings smiles to your face. The reward is knowing that you have a child, that you made a difference in their life.
So we're encouraging people to, first of all, check out about being a foster family, an adoptive family in the state. Go online. Mission West Virginia has a lot of resources available to you. And sign up for the SMART 5.29K Run-Walk and look into the SMART 529 College Savings Program. Again, the SMART 5.29K is May 19th, Appalachian Power Park. The registration's at 8 o'clock. The event starts at 9 a.m., but we encourage everybody to register now, register early. We're taking registration as we speak. Go to wvtreasury.com to find out more information, and that's where you can find out everything you need to know about the race. Rachel, Terry, thank you both for being here today. We truly appreciate having you with us.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can always get the latest news and information from the State Treasurer's Office. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and of course our website. Keeping you informed on the Library Television Network, I'm Gina Joins with the West Virginia State Treasurer's Office.